Okay, so hey guys, welcome back to the channel. It's Miriam. Go on and like and subscribe, comment, put any future video requests. What is that y'all think about Tyler Perry? But we're gonna talk about it. I decided to call this Tyler Perry Christians because we have a lot of black people, um, particularly black Christians, that have this personal relationship with Jesus Christ, which they believe, then basically they can do, including watch all of Tyler Perry's X-rated stuff. So we're going to talk about this individual and how he is dangerous and how he was dangerous to the church. And so, as you guys know, I am not a Christian. And on this channel, we're about Torah, we're about Jewish law, we're about Jewish truth. But coming from a black Christian background and seeing this person over the years, originally this man started off making plays that were targeted towards the church. Black Christians, normally there was a little bit of gospel style singing. There was normally one character. All the characters were not going through necessarily problems, but they would overcome it and they would thank and praise the Lord, and it was the Lord that helped them to overcome it. And then in addition to that, he had a couple of movies and then the Medea stuff. But then eventually his stuff started changing and it started becoming X-rated. And so I do not watch his stuff. I do not watch his stuff. And so I'm the kind of person, I don't have cable, I don't have these apps. And so when I would hear people saying about what all was in his stuff, I was like, oh my God, are you serious? Like, I know I can't watch that. I can't watch that. And so 95% of this man's stuff I cannot watch. And so for those who are watching who may not understand modesty and sexuality, sexuality is only to be inside someone's marriage. And so when people produce films displaying sexuality, um, that is a sin. That's not permissible. It's not permissible to look upon someone else's naked body, right? Unless it's someone's husband, spouse, or their wife, or unless there's some kind of medical or emergency procedure deemed necessary. Is someone able to look upon someone's body? And so when people are having all of this sexuality, including homosexuality, he has homosexuality in his TV shows and in his, I don't know about his films, but he has a lot of stuff in which the people are sex workers, and it just has stereotypes regarding women being angry or not needing no man or the divorce or celebrating divorce lack, um, despite the fact that the marriage rate is so low in the community. Divorce is not something that should be praised and celebrated. It should be something that is the last straw after a couple has attempted to get help. And he showed people as drug dealers, or that the woman's just struggling, like in the single mother movie that just came out. Everyone's a single mom. Everyone's in the ghetto. Everyone's struggling. Nobody has nothing. He never shows anyone like himself that's rich or successful. And so this is why too I feel like some of these movie producers, some of these different people in the industry, that's why they rise so much in wealth and in fame, because they put out ghetto, downtrodden, negative, toxic stereotypes about black people. That originally, of course, he's not rich, or he's rich now, but he wasn't rich before. And the people have to get approval, investors to sign off on this. And I believe that a lot of the industry will not sign off on black films and black television shows unless it shows some debauchery and some foolishness. But this reinforces not just stereotypes people have about us, that we're over sexualized, that we're criminals, that we're toxic, that we're bitter, angry, just such a negative individual to be around. It also reinforces that behavior as normal and okay in our community, especially amongst our youth, our young women, our women particularly, and then also to the men, because excuse me, I don't know how many men watch his stuff, but I know definitely it's a lot of women. And a lot of people have followed him from these church plays. And people believe that what he is doing is okay. They believe in Jesus Christ and all of Jesus Christ's blood, that they can watch all this stuff. And this stuff is a sin. And so for those who don't know, that is why the curse of Cush, which became the African nations, the curse on Ham was because he looked upon his father's nakedness, and he also encouraged. It's like, it's one thing if you've seen someone naked by mistake, but then you go to look again, and then you try to bring other people, which was his brothers, come and look and see. You were someone of perversion, and not just perversion, even perhaps someone who could have been prone to incest or some kind of. It basically, the person had no kind of sexual standard. They no discipline, no control, no modesty, no, they call gaira. in a way, in Arabic, you had no righteous protection. If you have a family member that, for some reason becomes incapacitated and then their body is exposed, which of course we know the probably have been the man's genitalia and not his just bare chest, you would cover that person like his brothers did do to make sure no one looks upon that person. You wouldn't sit there and try to bring other people in. And not just that, it shows the level of just lack of concern for family and care. Okay. And so these are the kind of individuals you'll see in real life that puts their family members at risk for being abused or actually abuse their family members. So it goes very deep, and that is the sin. Because modesty isn't just you covering your body, making sure you are not drawing unnecessary sexual based attention to your body. It's also too about doing the same for others, that you cover the people's bodies, or you don't watch people that have uncovered bodies, and so you don't support that kind of behavior. If some people are in a movie and they're with each other or they're naked, you don't support that kind of behavior, because it doesn't just affect you spiritually, but it reinforces these people's pockets to keep doing what it is that they're doing, and that people out here, there's an audience for it and it's acceptable to that audience. And so that is absolutely a sin. And so this man here, I don't believe has strong values or morals. Or again, he probably has a personal relationship with Jesus Christ, in which people basically are doing whatever it is that they want to do because their God died for them and gave them a pass. And so if they feel like doing this on day one and this on day three, then they doing it. And so that is not a standard. If you're a really truly God fearing man, you're going to see that in your film. Marcus Houston, if y'all know all those movies, Marcus Houston and I think the other guy is named Chris. You can have plenty of films, but they're both Jehovah's Witnesses. All those good black films that be decent on Tubi, that we all can watch, that be getting really popular, that's be who doing it. And so they don't have nothing in their films. And so if you're someone that really has a morals and values, you're not going to fall or crush or concede for financial opportunities. And that's why the tests are out here. And that's why the Lord tests people. When you have the opportunity for wealth, what is it that you're going to actually do? Are you going to stick to the values you claim that you have? And so in terms of people that, especially in the black community, that I see, oh, I'm Christian. Look, I'm Christian. I'm saved. I'm speaking in tongues. That doesn't mean anything. What is it that you're actually doing with your decisions? Because when I look at him, I look at TD Jakes, right? TD Jakes was really signing off on him. When I see all these different black pastors, or even like Megan Good's husband, ex-husband, that was a pastor, people trying to promote her show, and I've heard her show had stuff in it too. Like, these people don't have no morals, they don't have no values. That's why I keep telling people, get out the church, get out the church, get you and your family and children out the church. Because when I say there's no standard, there's no standard. And if you do try to have a standard, oh, you're being legalistic, right? You adding to the law when there's no law. So definitely, you guys put your comments down, what you think, and I will see you guys in the next one. Bye.